What? Never! Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair!
What's wrong?
You know what's wrong. You were planning to leave me. If you want to go, then go. But first, I'm cutting your hair.
What? No! Why? I love my hair! But there was no arguing with Dame Gothel. She cut off Rapunzel's long locks and kicked her out into the cold, dark night. Rapunzel wandered the forest, hoping that somehow she would find Prince Edward, but she had never left the tower in her life. Welcome to Storytime at Cool School with me, Miss Booksy. Today we're reading Rapunzel Makes a New Friend. Wiggle, snap, Storytime. Once upon a time, there was a man and woman who were very much in love. Let's just call them Tom and Sally. Sally was going to have a little baby. They were so happy, but also nervous because they didn't have very much money.
We don't have enough room for a baby. And don't even get me started on Dame Gothel.
Did I forget to mention that they lived in a teeny, tiny hovel rented from Dame Gothel? Yes, that Dame Gothel, the witch.
Storytime, storytime. Miss Booksy's gonna meet you inside her magic books. Cinderella's dressed in blue, Goldilocks and spinning clock. Wiggle snap, everybody wiggle snap, everybody wiggle snap.
No one knew for sure if she was a witch, but she wore very witchy-looking clothes and had a very witchy laugh. So yeah, Tom was right. Her backyard wasn't exactly the best place to raise a baby. One night, Sally awoke with the most peculiar craving.
I'm hungry. I could go for some Rapunzel flower.
What?
Those little weeds that taste like spinach? I want some.
Where am I supposed to get Rapunzel at 3 in the morning?
Dame Gothel has it growing in her garden.
She'll put a curse on me if I steal her Rapunzel.
Oh, shush. She'll understand.
And so that's how Tom found himself creeping around in the witch's garden at 3 in the morning, filling up a basket with Rapunzel flowers. He had just pulled up the last weed when...
Just what do you think you're doing?
Borrowing?
No, you're stealing!
I didn't mean to, I promise. My wife was just hungry. She's having a baby.
A baby?
Yes. Do you like babies?
I love babies. I'll make a deal with you. I won't send you to prison if you let me take care of your baby.
Like babysit?
Sure, like babysitting.
Dame Gothel cackled her witchy laugh, but Tom didn't get what was so darn funny.
Okay. Thanks.
No, thank you.
Okay. See you around.
When their baby girl was born 2 days later, Tom had completely forgotten about his deal with Dame Gothel, but she did not.
I'm here to take my baby.
What?
Me and him made a deal. I think I'll call her Rapunzel.
And with a puff of smoke, the witch disappeared, taking the baby with her.
Our baby!
Oh no!
Stop her!
Tom and Sally were beyond freaked out. They called the police and formed a search party, but no one could find Dame Gothel and baby Rapunzel. It was like they had disappeared into thin air. But of course they hadn't just disappeared. You know this part of the story. They were in a tower deep in the woods. Here's what you might not know about this fairy tale. Dame Gothel wasn't entirely witchy. She actually tried very hard to be a nice mommy to the new baby. She gave her the best baby toys. She sang her the sweetest lullabies.
Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop.
Well, she tried. Dame Gothel even tried to make silly faces to get Rapunzel to laugh. But baby Rapunzel must have known that this wasn't her real mommy, so she pretty much never stopped crying. The only thing that could calm her down was when Dame Gothel brushed baby Rapunzel's hair.
Oh, thank goodness, finally.
Dame Gothel spent so much time doing Rapunzel's hair that she got really good at it and eventually tried out pretty much every hairstyle there is. And Dame Gothel didn't dare cut Rapunzel's beautiful hair. So over the years, it just kept growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. By the time Rapunzel was a young lady, it was like world record length. Hey, Dame Gothel, you think I could enter a hair competition or something? I bet I could win a big prize.
You know very well that you can't leave the tower.
Right, there was that about Dame Gothel. She wouldn't let Rapunzel leave the tower, not even on a super nice sunny day. Maybe one day.
I heard that. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, but one day I'll get out. She'll see.
Heard that too.
Here are the things Rapunzel did to keep herself entertained all those years. I learned to knit. I read every single book in the Tower Library at least 3 times. I learned to cook international cuisine. Come on and get it. Spaghetti taco sushi. I learned to dance. Ballet. Tap. Salsa. And hip hop. Then one day there was a knock at the door. Huh? Who could that be? Dame Gothel never knocks.
Yoo-hoo! Hello! I'm selling craft boxes. Do you want to buy one?
Craft boxes?
Yeah, they'll keep you entertained for hours.
That sounds awesome! Come on up!
Well, hi there. I'm Crafty Carolina. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Crafting Carolina. I'm Rapunzel.
That's nice. Do you live up here all by yourself?
Well, my mother, Dame Gothel, lives here too sometimes, but now that I'm old enough, I stay here alone a lot.
May I show you my crafting wares? Check that out.
Cool! I'll take 2. One for me and one for Dame Gothel.
Oh, well, score. All right, I'll sign you up for 2. You got money?
Money?
Yeah, you know, that you buy stuff with.
No, I don't, but I'll trade you. How about this giant sweater?
It's kind of warm out.
Okay, well, why don't you just hang out till Dame Gothel gets here and she'll pay you.
Okay.
Rapunzel and Carolina spent the rest of the day making crafts. Finally, Dame Gothel arrived, but she was very jealous and didn't want to share Rapunzel with anyone, so she was not exactly happy to find crafty Carolina there.
Get out of this tower!
All right, gotta go.
You are so mean! She could have been my very first friend ever!
You don't need friends, you have me!
Yeah, you're like a great friend.
That's it, you're grounded.
Grounded? But I'm not allowed to leave anyway.
Well, now I'm boarding up the door so no one can ever come here again.
But how are you gonna get in?
Oh, right. I know. I'll call Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And you'll throw your hair out the window and I'll climb up it.
Really?
It's a good plan.
And so Dame Gothel closed up the tower so that no one could ever visit Rapunzel ever again. Rapunzel was sad. She had always been alone, so she never knew what it might be like to have a friend. Now that Rapunzel knew, she felt extra lonely. It was taking some serious getting used to pulling Dame Gothel up the tower with her hair. Ow! Ow! Oh, take it easy! Rapunzel took to singing lonely songs, belting them from the tower window. Lonely, I am so lonely. I ain't got nobody to be up in the tower with me. One day Rapunzel was doing her usual, singing sad ballads from the tower window, when 2 brothers, princes, heard her voice in the forest.
Halt! What's that? It's an angel.
Okay.
I must find her.
You're on your own, dude. I'm going back to the palace. Peace.
The first prince set off to find the source of the singing. But the forest was echoey, and at every turn it sounded like the singing was coming from a different location. It was like he was going in circles. But then, just before nightfall, he found her.
She's beautiful.
The prince, who was named Prince Edward, by the way, returned every day for a whole month. He would just sit and listen, silently applauding at the end of each song so as to not be noticed. At home, his brother Brad teased him.
How's your girlfriend?
She's not my girlfriend.
You totally like her. Edward has a crush.
No, I don't.
Whatever, dude.
Well, maybe I do. And one day I'll talk to her and we'll fall in love and then I'll ask her to marry me and be my queen.
This got Brad's attention. You see, Prince Edward was next in line to be crowned king. But there was one catch. He had to be married. Prince Brad had always assumed this would never happen and that he would become king. He already had a girlfriend, Princess O'Grady, so marriage would be no problem.
Edward's way too shy. He'll never even talk to the tower girl. I'll marry Ogret before Dad retires, and then I'll be king.
The next day, Prince Edward set up his usual spot and listened to the sweet sounds of Rapunzel singing. Are you anywhere? Then suddenly, the singing stopped.
What? No. Keep singing forever. I wonder who that could be.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Rapunzel. Is that the name of the lovely songstress? I love it.
Then the prince watched in awe as Rapunzel dropped her golden braid down the side of the tower.
That little old lady is climbing her hair like a rope. How strange.
The prince waited and watched the tower window until again the braid dropped down and Dame Gothel climbed to the ground and hobbled away. Prince Edward waited to be super extra sure Dame Gothel was gone. Then he approached the tower. He cleared his throat and called up in his best witch voice.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Huh? Again? I wonder what she wants now. Ow!
Sorry, I must be heavier than a little old woman.
Who are you?
I'm Prince Edward. A pleasure to meet you, my lady.
A prince? Really? That's so cool.
May I come in?
Oh, I'm afraid not.
That's a bummer. May I use your hair to climb back down? No, it'll hurt you. Never mind. I'll just jump.
No, don't jump. You'll hurt yourself. You can use my hair.
I wish I didn't have to go. I waited an awfully long time to talk to you.
You have?
Yes, every day I sat down and listened to you sing, dreaming of the day I would finally meet you.
Really? I mean, I guess I am a pretty good singer.
The best.
I wish you could stay too, but I'll get in so much trouble if Dame Gothel finds you here.
How about this? I'll climb that tree and we could talk from there. That way, we're really not breaking the rule, are we?
Brilliant! So Prince Edward climbed down Rapunzel's hair and then back up the nearest tree.
So your name's Rapunzel, huh? Nice to meet you.
And it's nice to meet you, Prince Edward. Prince Edward returned every day to the same spot to talk to Rapunzel. They even played catch. Sorry!
Okay.
Finally, one day the prince realized something major. He was definitely, most assuredly in love with Rapunzel. He couldn't hold it in a second.
Rapunzel, will you marry me?
I'm not even allowed to talk to you, much less marry you.
Surely your mom wants you to be happy.
I don't think she's my real mom. I think she took me from my real parents. I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes I think I can remember my real mom.
We'll find your real parents and then we'll be married.
Okay, but not now. Dame Gothel will be here any minute.
I'll come back for you tomorrow.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And hurry, my feet hurt.
Back at the palace, Prince Edward couldn't contain his excitement.
I'm getting married. I'm getting married.
But Prince Brad heard Edward's song, and that's not good, kids. Remember, Brad wanted to be king, and their dad was retiring his crown in just 1 month.
If Edward marries that girl, then he gets to be king. I have to stop this.
Prince Brad jumped on his horse and rushed to the tower. He arrived just in time to see Dame Gothel climbing down Rapunzel's hair.
Bad guy's gonna take your daughter.
What? Never! Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
What's wrong?
You know what's wrong. You were planning to leave me. If you want to go, then go. But first, I'm cutting your hair.
What? No! Why? I love my hair! But there was no arguing with Dame Gothel. She cut off Rapunzel's long locks and kicked her out into the cold, dark night. Rapunzel wandered the forest, hoping that somehow she would find Prince Edward, but she had never left the tower in her life. The next day, Prince Edward awoke, eager to see Rapunzel. He sang and whistled all the way to the tower.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let that hair down. I'm coming up.
The braid dropped and he climbed up.
We're getting married. We're getting married. Ah!
You were coming to take my Rapunzel, weren't you?
Where is she?
She's gone. You're my prisoner now.
Dame Gothel left the prince tied and locked up in the tower. Earlier, it had been the happiest day of his life. Now it was the saddest. Back in the forest, Rapunzel was desperately trying to find Prince Edward. She walked and walked and walked and walked. And then, rather suddenly, she found herself in a whole new world. Whoa! Betty Baldy's beauty parlor. Hey, maybe she can fix my hair. Hi, are you Betty Baldy?
Sure am. Sit down, let me fix you up. How's that?
Love it! When she saw a familiar face coming in the door. Dame Gothel. And she's wearing my hair! Dame Gothel seemed to have taken Rapunzel's blonde braid and fashioned it to a wig of her own.
You got some hair.
It's all natural, too.
Yeah, right.
I need a very special hairdo. I'm going to a ball at the palace tonight.
A ball at the palace? How fancy.
Rapunzel decided that she had better follow Dame Gothel to the party. Hey, I'm on the list. Yeah, okay, see ya. Now where's Edward? I have to find him.
I'm Prince Brad, but when I get married tomorrow, I'm gonna be King Brad.
I'm, what's that? Oh, okay, coming. I have to go. Talk to you later, okay?
I recognize you. You're that girl from the tower.
Rapunzel tried to rush out of the palace, but she somehow got caught in a conga line. Edward is supposed to be king, not Brad. Something is seriously wrong here. I bet that old stinker Dame Gothel has something to do with this.
Don't worry. Edward's locked away. He'll never get out.
Rapunzel finally found the door and ran away from the ball. Rapunzel didn't know what to do. She was just about to break down in tears when another familiar face appeared.
Well, you look like someone who could use some cheering up.
Crafting Carolina, hi!
Wait a second, I thought you never left your tower.
She kicked me out just because I fell in love. And now she's got my prince locked in a tower.
Well, wait a second. I know how to get to the tower. It's on my sales route, remember? Let's go save that prince!
Yay! After Crafty and Rapunzel stocked up on all the important stuff, crafting supplies and snacks, the two set off into the woods to find the tower. I definitely hear something. Hide! Rapunzel and Carolina stepped forward following Dame Gothel, and then they realized they were already at the tower.
Rapunzel, what are you doing here?
I'm here to save Edward. Crafting Carolina tossed a giant net over Dame Gothel, trapping her. Awesome! Where'd you get that?
I made it.
Crafty. We took care of Dame Gothel, now we gotta save Edward. What's that?
Grappling hook. Never know when you're gonna have to scale a wall.
Edward!
Rapunzel?
Edward!
You changed your hair.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Guys, super sweet reunion and all, but it's almost morning. We gotta go stop a wedding.
Rapunzel, Prince Edward, and Carolina rushed to the palace.
Stop the wedding! Stop the wedding!
Edward? My son!
Dad!
Edward's own brother plotted with evil Dame Gothel to lock him up in a tower so that he couldn't marry me.
Well, I've heard enough. Guards!
No, I'm the king. I'm the king.
Thank you for rescuing my son.
You're very welcome. Do we get to be married now?
We were all set up for a party. What do you say, everyone?
Yay!
Excuse me. So sorry to interrupt.
Rapunzel?
Ma? Dad?
Rapunzel!
Now let's have a wedding.
Yay! And so the two lovebirds were finally married, and Rapunzel's long-lost parents were there to celebrate with them. It was the happiest of days, just like a fairy tale, don't you think? So Rapunzel and the prince lived happily ever after.
Oh, it's time, it's dress up time for story time. Let's pretend, let's have some fun. It's dress up time for everyone. It's dress up time for everyone. Let's figure out who we're gonna be today. Dress up time is fun to play. It's dress up time. Let's get dressed for story time.
Let's get dressed up as
Let's get dressed for
Rapunzel.
story time.
Let's spin the wheel. A dress! This is the wrong color. Let's try something else. This is from a different story. Let's try something else. Oh no, I'm not dressed in the right clothes. Let's spin the wheel again. A pink dress. So pretty. What do we need next? Super long hair. Will you help me? Here we go. Is This doesn't look right. Let's try something else. This is perfect! What's the last thing we need? Let's spin the wheel.